Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Shark ICZ300UKT Cordless Vacuum Cleaner. And what I want to do today, first of all get the vacuum unboxed, then I'll show you some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up. Well, I suppose, as I just mentioned, really the first thing I need to do is to get the vacuum unboxed. Always a cheeky little book of instructions. I'm never a fan of instructions. I always quite like to figure things out for myself. So, I've talked about quite a few of the Shark vacuums over the last couple of years, and they do always tend to vary quite a bit, especially things like the price. But this is one of the top end models. They do tend to yo-yo a bit in price. Some of the Shark, you'll find they have a high-low pricing policy, and there are actually two models. So there's this one, which is the UKT model, and I'll cover the difference between UKT and the UK model in a couple of moments. But we've got so this was one of the brushes that I unboxed first. This is the flexible hose. Now, I do always like the flexible hoses that Shark use. They're always really strong. We very rarely get any issues with these. Some of the other manufacturers that are, to be fair, probably a little bit cheaper than Shark, they use cheaper quality materials, and sometimes after a year or 18 months, customers coming back to us saying that the hoses have started to perish or started to tear. That's another one of the tools. I'm going to go through all the tools in a couple of minutes. Now, something I normally try and concentrate on, or try and mention, when I'm doing an unboxing of a vacuum, are the packaging materials. Now, so far, and I think looking through, all of this is either the paper bags like this, or brown cardboard. Now, this is really impressive, so well done, Shark. It's always really good to see, because all of this can be recycled. There are still way too many manufacturers putting either polystyrene or the horrible polythene bags. That's the turbo brush. This is quite an interesting one. But yeah, as I was saying, the packaging for me is always quite important. The crevice tool, it's quite a standard tool with most vacuums now. What else have we got? So, we've got our Christmas scissors. So we've got a battery charger. It's quite important, being a cordless vacuum. And we've even got a bag. Look at that, so we can keep all the tools and accessories in there. And then, lastly, we've got the main body of the vacuum. There we are. So that's quite a nice finish. I do like the blue. The sister model, the ICZ300UK, is in red, but apart from the colour and one other thing, then it's pretty much the same model as this. But what I want to do, I'm just going to get all the packaging put to one side, get everything a bit organised, and then I'll come and explain some of the features. So when it comes to putting the vacuum together, it should be pretty easy. So we get the main body of the vacuum. That'll just clip on there. We've got the wand that just sits in there like that, and that pops in the top, and then the hose that clips in there, and that's it. So we've got one vacuum all ready to go. Now, as I mentioned, this is one of the top of the range models. This is the ICZ300UKT, and with this model you've got up to 60 minutes runtime. Now, the advantage of this, and this is something I suppose I get quite passionate about. It sounds a bit silly, but I absolutely love this. This is the battery. Now that just slots into the side there, like that. Absolutely brilliant design. And the reason I think it's a really good design is that there are too many vacuums on the market, cordless vacuums, where you've got a sealed battery. There are, I'm not going to mention the brands, but there are too many of them, And basically what happens is that when the battery goes on the vacuum, because all cordless appliances or drills or whatever it is, any cordless device, over the years the battery will start to deteriorate. And what happens is that when the battery starts to go, that almost means that the whole of the unit, whether it's a drill, whether it's a vacuum, whether it's a, it doesn't matter what it is. And that's quite a bad design, personally, I think. So what Shark have done is they've come up with this design where you can just replace the battery, or you can buy another battery. So if you do a lot of vacuuming, then you could have one battery in the vacuum and you could have another one charging. Talking about the charging, you get this is a little dock for it to sit in, so you can just pop it in there, and you've got the separate charger that just plugs in underneath. When it comes to emptying the bin on the vacuum, it couldn't be easier. You just got the button on the front there, that just pulls off. And a couple of ways, I suppose, of emptying it. You can either go over to your bin, press the button, empty it like that. You can also press that button and then just go and empty it if you want to. Nice and easy to keep it clean. Personally, I'd recommend just getting a, once you've emptied it, just get either a damp microfiber cloth, just give it a wipe out, get a paintbrush and just give it a brush around. These kind of bins, you don't really need to wash. I think there's too many nooks and crannies in here to keep the water in. So personally, I'd recommend just getting a brush and then a damp microfiber cloth. The key thing really is that when you do that, make sure you keep these seals really clean. So have a good wipe round there to make sure they're clean, because what you can find is if you do get any dust or dirt within the seal there, then when you go to shut the lid, if it's trapped in there and if it's not fully sealed properly, then that can have a big impact on the suction that you get. It's not just on the Shark, it's on any brand of vacuum. But once you've cleaned that, then that just pops back on there. This model has something called powered lift-away technology. Now what that will do, that will enable you to take part of the vacuum off to really reduce the weight, and it can make life a lot easier for you. So all you need to do, first of all, press the one release button at the back and then the lift-away button, and then once you've done that, then you've removed, I'd say, a good 50% of the weight, because just moving, or I suppose just walking around with this is going to be a lot easier, especially if you're going up the stairs, or if you want to go and vacuum your car, then this is really a good design. So with this tool, this is the motorized pet tool, and with this it's got a what they call an anti-hair wrap technology, and you've also got the anti-hair wrap within the main body of the vacuum, and essentially what that will do is it will reduce the amount of hair that is caught up with the actual brush itself. Now clearly it's not going to be 100%. I have seen some people where they bought vacuums before with anti-hair wrap technology where you still get some of the hair wrapped around it. You're never going to stop it all, but it just helps to reduce the amount of hair, especially compared to other brands. This is actually fantastic technology. But this is a motorized pet tool, and this is the main difference between the UK model and the UKT model. So T essentially stands for I suppose turbo brush or tool, and that's the main difference. So if you're wondering what the difference is, and normally there will be quite a price difference, sometimes you'll find that the UK model is cheaper, other times you'll find the UKT model is cheaper. Personally, I'd recommend going for the UKT, which is this one, because you get the motorised pet tool with it. But the reason it's powered lift away is that when you pop that in the end, then you can actually use the lift away technology, and what will happen is that will rotate as well. So, you know, if you want to go and vacuum your car, or if there's a certain area that's quite difficult to get to using the main body of the vacuum, then you can still use this. While I'm talking about the tools and accessories, the other accessory it comes with, first of all, is this one. That's the cheeky little crevice tool. Now that's quite a standard on, I suppose, really on most vacuum cleaners. That's really good if you want to get down the side of a sofa or into an area that's quite limited in size. This is a 20 centimetre wide crevice tool. They still call it crevice tool. I'm not quite sure why, but that's what Shark call it. And I suppose that's going to be for wider areas. So if you've, I don't know, say spilt some cereal on a table, then that's probably quite a good one to use. Then you've got the brush. So you've got the soft bristle dusting brush. Now with that, you can actually angle this, so you can either have it straight or just rotate it 180 degrees, and then it's at an angle. So that's a really good design. As I mentioned, they're the main accessories it comes with. I did show you the bag as well, so at least you got somewhere to keep everything. That's quite a nice little feature of Sharks. I showed you the pet tool a minute ago, and I just want to show you under here. So this is the main floor head. Now on this, you've actually got something called GeoClean technology, and you've actually got two rollers. And when you combine the two, so you've got the soft brush at the front, and then you've got the like the power fins, as Shark call it. When you combine the two, then that really helps to reduce the amount of hair that is gathered between the two, and also using the two rollers, that really helps with the pickup ability. When it comes to cleaning and maintaining it, really easy. Just click that across, and then the front brush will come out there. If you want to take the main brush out, just get a coin, pop it underneath, and then you've got three of those. Just twist that, and then that will come out as well. When it comes to using the vacuum, couldn't be easier. You've got a nice easy grip handle. It's like a rubber finish here. And if you wanted to release the main wand from the vacuum, you just got a little trigger, pull that, and then that comes out, so you can put the tools or accessories in there. You've also got the on and off button. That's just there. And once you press it, you'll see you've got a display on here, which is really nice, clear LED display. I just had a quick go with it. And what it will do is it will actually show you the percentage that is left in the vacuum. So that's just showing you that we've got 30% left at the moment, and to increase the suction, you just press this button here. So I absolutely love that. Really nice, clear display, and very obvious when you need to go and recharge it. Now clearly I've mentioned that you get a 60-minute runtime. That will be on the reduced suction. So if you're going to use the highest suction, although it will make a huge difference to the pickable ability of the vacuum, you will find that it does reduce the runtime. If you are thinking about buying one of these models, either the UK or the UKT model, I've provided a couple of links below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Shark ICZ300UKT Cordless vacuum. All I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video, whether you enjoyed it, whether you didn't enjoy it. Just be honest about it. If there's a question you've got about the vacuum, then I've got one on display at the moment. This is going on to display in a moment. Then just pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these, if you have got one of the, I suppose, ICZ models, because they cover quite a good range of vacuums, if you got one of these, then let me know what you think about it, because I do always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.